Okay. So let's just start. So first of all, Aswar, you can hear me or my voice is breaking? Is it fine?
Ma'am, it's fine.
Okay. First of all, visibility of object. Okay. So according to visibility, there are two types of objects. One is luminous and one is non-luminous. Okay. So any object which is become visible to us. First question is how you can see an object. So any object which is visible to us when the light emitted or reflected by it reaches our eye. For example, over here light is reflecting and then it is reaching to our eyes. For example, this is the wall and you are standing here. Light will reflect to wall and then it come back to you. So at that time of period, you will able to see that okay, there is a wall. Okay. There are two types of object. One is luminous, one is non-luminous. Luminous, they emit or give out their own light and are also known as source of light. For example, sun, it's you are able to see sun, but what sun is doing, sun is emitting or giving own light, right? Next, the light emitted by such object reaches our eyes and make them visible to us. So what is happening, basically sun is directly sharing its light to us, and that because of that we are able to see the sun, right? Non-luminous, they do not emit any light. For example, wall, pen, car, house. The light reflected by such object reaches our eyes and make them visible to us. Clear? Like how, because if you will be like, ma'am, the question is if they are not reflecting light, how can we see that? So they reflect the light, and when that reflected light enters our eyes, only then we are able to see those non-luminous objects. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next is law of reflection. Very, very important. When light strikes a surface, for example, here from here light is coming, right? Over here you can say this is a plane, for example, wall. So light will come from here, it will then reflect back. So from where it is coming, that point, that angle is I. I'll just tell you angle of incidence, and that angle which is basically reflecting, that angle is R incident. Sorry, this angle of reflection. Okay, and the middle portion is known as normal. Okay, so this situation comes under law of reflection. So what is law of reflection? It is saying when light strikes a surface, some of it reflected, right? Light is striking the object and it is being reflected. The reflection of light from a source follows certain laws. So basically they follow the law. First, they form different things. First, they form angle of incidence. And this, it is an angle between normal and the incidence rays, right? Normal, and this ray is incident ray. The ray which is coming, that is incident ray. The ray which is reflecting, that is reflected ray. So first is angle of incidence. So yes, ma'am, this is angle of incidence. Then angle of reflection, the angle between the normal and reflected ray. That is angle of reflection. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then incident ray. Incident ray are basically the ray of light which strike the surface, and reflected ray, the ray of light that bounce off the surface of an object, right? And what is normal? A line drawn perpendicular to the surface at the point. You can see it's a straight line, so that's why it is a perpendicular, right? That is your normal. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, you will write chapter light, and then you will write this visibility of an object. Okay. Then you will write an object become visible to us this and this. We can classify them in this. And you will write object. You will write types of object. Okay, types of object. One side luminous, one side non-luminous. Then hashtag law of reflection like this. First you will write till here. Then you will draw the diagram, and then you will start writing from here.
Yes, ma'am.
You are done. Aswar, you are done. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
You are done.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't. Okay, okay. Okay, so according to law of this, you have two laws. First, the incident ray, the normal ray at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. And second is the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. Okay, if I'll ask you what is law of reflection, you will say, accord, according to law of reflection, first the incident ray, the normal ray, the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Okay, and second, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. So you can say all incident ray, normal, reflected ray, angle, they are all lying in this is point of incidence. Okay, and next thing is that they all are basically this angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they are equal. Okay, Swar, okay. Swar, can you hear me? Swar, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now I.
Okay. So whatever I told you, you understood or you want me to repeat?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Okay. Okay. So if I'll ask you what is law of reflection in this? Okay, law of reflection, you will say according to law of reflection, there are two things. First, the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. So you can say everyone they are lying in the same plane, right? And second, according to this law, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. So this angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they are equal. Okay. So you will write these two according to law of reflection, first, second. Okay. Swar, you are writing these two.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Written.
Okay. Now let's just do next. Formation of an image by a plane mirror. So if you have plane mirror, so how will you form the image? So first of all, we can use law of reflection to draw the image on an object formed by a plane mirror, right? Using incident ray, the normal ray at a point of incident and the reflected rays, we can draw a ray diagram that allows the formation of image. The ray diagram is used for tracing the path of light rays from an object to known position, size, and depth. Okay, this is how you will form this. So what you will write, first of all, you will write hashtag formation of image by a plane mirror. So you will write, we can use law of reflection to draw the image of an object formed by a plane mirror. Okay, then you will write what is a ray diagram. Okay, so you will write a ray diagram is used for tracing the path of light rays from an object to the unknown position, the size and the nature of an image, right? So if you want to know the position of the object, if you want to know the size of the object, if you want to know the nature of the image, then you should draw the ray diagram. Ray diagrams help you to get all this information. Clear? So first you will write formation of image by a plane mirror, then till here, then what is a ray diagram, then here, these two. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, written.
Okay. Now these are the steps to locate an image that are formed by a plane mirror. First of all, draw the object. What you will draw? You will draw the object and the mirror with the correct orientation. Like object should be here and the mirror should be like this. Then draw the incident ray from the end point of the object. Choose those incident ray which reach the point of view of the reflection. So you can form anything like this. And after that, draw the normal at that point of incidence and then the reflected rays in such a way that the angle of incidence and reflections are equal. So you have to, for example, object started from here, right? And it is reflecting to the eyes. So the normal will be this. Okay. And extend the respective reflected ray and behind the mirror till they meet the point of object at the end of the point. So over after that, you will reflect it till here, because if this is a mirror, so object will be forming here as well, not the picture. Right. So you can see this object as well as this object. Right. So can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So you say you should always say yes, ma'am, so that I can be sure. Okay. The next is
Yes, I don't know.
characteristics.
I have some internet issues with this. I'll try my best.
Okay. Okay. Next is characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. Very very important. Okay. So if the image is formed by the plane mirror, these are the characteristics. Okay, because we have different types of mirror. Very very important. First, the image is of same size as the object. Then the image is erect. The image is virtual. Virtual means the reflected ray do not actually meet but appear to meet behind the mirror. This kind of image cannot be captured on the screen. Very, very important. Then the image is at the same distance from the mirror. So for example, if their object is 2 meters away, this image will be 2 meters away from this. You will come here, it will be 1 meter. Then again, it will be 1 meter. Then next is the image is at the same distance. Okay. Now next is the image is at the same distance from the mirror as the object. Okay. This we did, and then the image is literally inverted. Okay. Literally inverted means like if this is like this, it will be like this. Okay. The right literally inverted means the right and the left side of the object appear to be reversed. If for example, in the mirror, when you raise your left hand, the object's right hand raise, right? And if you raise your right hand, then object left hand raises, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these are the characteristics. So you will like characteristics of the image formed by plane mirror and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ma'am, written.
Okay. Now let's just do the next part, which is this multiple reflection. Okay. So, ma'am, what is this multiple reflection? Multiple reflection means it's not only one object.
What, ma'am?
Just a minute, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's just start. So, what is multiple reflection? So, remember one thing: when two mirror, see, when you have only one mirror, it will form a single reflection, right? But for example, you have two mirrors like this. Even you can place it here, anywhere. So, when two mirrors are kept at an angle, you have okay, and an object is placed between them. You can see the object is placed in between them, right? So, at that time, what happens? Multiple images of the object are formed. This happens because the image formed in one mirror act as the object for another. As we continue to decrease the angle between the two mirrors, the number of images increases. So if the size of angle comes on increasing, then you can see multiple. Have you ever went to the barber shop? Like, I don't know, like many of time
Yes,
I have seen,
ma'am.
right? So like one is in front of you, one is in back side, right? And you can see multiple reflection of yours in that mirror, right? So
Yes,
basically
ma'am.
when so as we continue to decrease the angle between the two mirrors, the number of image increases. Very, very important. Question can be when the number of images increases. So when you will decrease the angle, okay? And remember, the mirror become parallel to each other. That is when the angle between them becomes 0 degree, and infinite number of images are formed. So remember one thing: when the angle, as I told you, if you, for example, earlier the angle was 90 degree, then 60, then 30. So pictures will keep on increasing. But for example, it is 0 degree angle. So at that time, the images will be infinite. You can say many, many, many. Right? Clear? So you will write it till here. Multiple
Yes,
reflection
ma'am.
and okay.
Ma'am, written.
Okay, so now coming to next, this scope, very very important. Okay, so let's start. So sometimes they ask you to
Ma'am, can you explain it once again? I think you were lagging, or I don't know if I was lagging, or
yeah,
one of us was
I
lagging.
just now.
Ma'am, you're still not clear.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can hear you.
Okay. So let's just start now. So first thing is that over here, I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now kaleidoscope. So kaleidoscope is an optical instrument that uses three or more mirrors of the same size. Sometimes they ask you the example of multiple reflection in daily to daily life. So first example is this. Okay. Then over here, mirrors that are placed at the angles to each other produces multiple images of an object kept at one end of the tube. This creates a symmetrical pattern which can be viewed from the other end of the tube. Kaleidoscope are used by designers to produce beautiful pattern and color, which are then used to design items such as rugs, tiles, fabric, and wallpapers. Clear? So this is a kaleidoscope basically. It looks like this, right? And over here, mirrors are kept at angle of 60 degree. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Swar, now you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, hello. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, Swar, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, you are done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to next one, which is periscope. Periscope. So periscope is another instrument that uses multiple mirror. It is used by an observer to see things that are not in the direct line of vision. Okay, so for example, over here, this is a medium. Okay, like this. Over here, your ball is stuck. You cannot see it because you are here, right? So at that time, which what you will use, you will use periscope. Clear? So periscope is another
Yes.
instrument that uses multiple mirror. It is used to observe the things that are not in the direct line of vision. Parallel mirrors are kept in distance from each other in a hollow tube. The tube has two or more mirrors placed at the angle of 45 degree to the inside of the tube. The mirrors are kept in such a way that the image formed by one mirror act as an object to the other. It is used in submarines to see things above the water surface. It can also be used in chemical laboratories to view dangerous chemical reactions safely from a distance. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, written.
Okay, sir. So after this, this reflection of light. So, ma'am, what is refraction? It is not reflection, it is refraction. Okay. So, see, different medium have different optical densities. Some optical density, for example, over here, let me just give you an example. You are in a crowded place, and you are in you can say less crowded place. So, where you can easily move, sir?
Ma'am, in less crowded.
Yes. So similarly, light also travels in different through different medium. So according to density, it refract. Okay, so let's just see. So different medium have different optical densities. Optical density of a medium is a measure of how fast or slow light moves in the medium, right? Optical density means how fast you can move or how slow you will move. When light travels from one medium to another, the speed of light changes because change in the optical density. So if I am traveling in water and now I will travel in sand, so of course there will be difference in my speed, right? And similarly with light, so width in turn may lead to change in its direction. So sometimes, for example, over here, if you are swimming like this, or when you will turn to land, maybe you are moving like this. You change the direction, right? It's not similar that you will move straight like this. So this phenomena of bending of light when it passes from one medium to another is known as refraction of light. Refraction means reflection is touching and coming back. Refraction is you are moving straightly and you are changing your direction. You are not coming back, but you are changing your direction. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So remember one thing. In two set, there are two medium. One is dense and one is rare. Dense means crowded. Rare means light one. So optically dense medium is one in which speed of the light is lesser. Of course, in crowded place you cannot move easily, right? And as compared to optically rare medium. So you will first of all you will write this refraction of light. Then you will write this phenomena of bending of light when it passes from one medium to another is called refraction of light. Then you will write this. Okay. Okay, don't write this. Just write till
Yes.
here. Just write till
Okay,
here.
ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes. Write till here only, sir. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes. You cannot hear me.
Ma'am.
Yes, sir. You cannot hear me.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, so you have to write till
Ma'am,
here.
since you were marking, I knew you were telling something, so I.
Okay. So reflection of light, you will write phenomena of bending of light till here. Then you will write optical density. Okay. So then you will write different medium have different optical density. Optical density of a medium is measure how fast or slow light moves from. Okay.
Ma'am.
So you cannot hear me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I can. Now I
Hmm.
understood.
Okay. So optical density, first point, and then till here, the second point. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. By the way, ma'am, my science paper went good.
Yes, sir, I know that. So when you are getting your results?
Ma'am, depends on which exam. I mean, like, I think by tomorrow I should get my science exam, science
Oh,
result.
okay.
For maths, it will take time because it was on Friday. So,
Yeah. So why you were absent yesterday?
ma'am, I forgot about the tuition.
Wow, very good.
because, ma'am, because it was a, I mean, because I came early and and I don't have to follow my regular schedule, so I forgot.
And you slept.
No, I didn't sleep. I was doing time pass with that.
Wow. And you didn't bother to check your messages? I
Ma'am,
think
it's
Answer
not my
even
phone,
called you.
right? And my mother was outside. So, anyways,
Okay.
and apparently her phone, she was not using her phone. So, anyways, so there was no chance of her being informed.
Yeah, because I asked your counselor to ask you whether you will join or not. I was waiting for you because you never miss your class, and in case you miss, your mother always tells me that you won't be joining or something. But yesterday I was waiting for you, but you were not there.
Uh, okay, ma'am. Anyways, I've written.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll do one of the interesting things, and we have to start with maths as well. So we'll just finish this chapter first, then we'll start with maths.